The National Security Service released 31 political detainees from detention in response to the directives of the President of the Republic to free all the detainees to pave way for conducive atmosphere of the national dialogue process in the country. The detainees, ranging from different ethnic groups, were suspected on connection with rebellion and other cases, freed as a good gesture of brotherhood, forgiveness, reconciliation, and building of trust between the government and the people. The Director of Legal Affairs in Directorate of Internal Security Bureau, Jalpany Obech Kir, confirmed to SSBC that the release of the political detainees is in line with the directives of President of the Republic and support towards enhancement of the national dialogue process in the country.
The National Security Service Internal Security Bureau, today we are responding to the directive and the amnesty which has been given by the President to all the detainees, those who have been detained by National Security Service Internal Security Bureau, to be released. Now with us about 31 detainees, they have been released based on that pardon. Secondly, the release of those detainees and others along with them is unconditionally, without conditions. So they are free to go from here to their relative or for their loved one. And the reason behind all that is to enforce the National Security Law Enforcement Agency, and our role, we want to enforce the national dialogue, and we want to enhance the process of national dialogue.
Justin Wanawila Bilal, who spent 3 years in detention, expressed his happiness and thanks to the leadership for freeing him at last. Bilal urged his fellow colleagues to be ambassadors for peace and reconciliation through the national dialogue process.
نداء والرئيس هذا لانه يكون في مسامة ويكون في وار وطن عشان يكون في مسالم في البلد اجمع، وده حاجه انا بكون مبسوط شديد خالص عشان انا ندي رساله. انا كرساله بتاعتي كجسيس قبل كده هيكون ده من احوار بتاعتي او ده من محور بتاع منطقه انا نوصل رساله بتاع الاحوار بتاع المسار في المجتمع بتاع اللي انا جاي منه. بكده ما حاجه انا كدي 3 سنه هنا ده اجد عاديه في المجتمع.
Whereas Bol Samuel Majok, who spoke on loud voice as he was so excited, called on South Sudanese to lay down their arms and dialogue among themselves for peace to prevail in the country.
أنا رسالتي لكل القوة العاملة السلاح إنه السلاح ما عالية بتاع إسقاط النظام ولا عالية بتاع تغيير تاعها. نسعى لحوار الوطني الجامعي عشان نوحد الجنوبين التشتت للنسيج الاجتماعي الحاصل له، عشان نقدر نوحد. والسلاح ما عالية، العالية هو نحاور بعض ونحل في قضايانا كجنوبين كعملية بتاع السلام.
As a sign of peace and to ensure that the process of the national dialogue move on inclusive, transparent. Of course, we do remember His Excellency the President during the launch of the national dialogue. He promised to release the political detainees. Today, as you can see behind me, 31 political detainees have been freed. And this process is made in an effort to ensure that the national dialogue declared by His Excellency the President is inclusive, to ensure that peace comes to South Sudan. As you can see them moving, they are free, they are allowed to go to their respective home.
On his part, General James Hothmai, a member of National Dialogue Steering Committee, registered thanks and appreciation to the President of the Republic for implementing his directives, saying it will boost the process of the national dialogue.
Today, we have really witnessed that about 31 prisoners are released, and this is actually show the seriousness of the President as he promised, and this one will help the Southerners really to talk freely and to discuss their things without fears and favor. And also I want also to thank the National Security for also implementing the orders of the Commander-in-Chief, which is the President of the country, and it is a good sign. On behalf of National Dialogue Steering Committee, we want to say to the President that it is a good sign, and we will not let you down. We continue to discharge our duty and reach all our people. What I want to emphasize again, if at all there are some people who are still under detention, we would appreciate also if they are released, so that we have really a good understanding with our people, and this one also will give confidence to the national dialogue.
The 31 political detainees released pledged to spread the message of peace, unity among the people of South Sudan.
As you can see, the bus that is carrying 31 political prisoners who are being detained in national security are leaving this hall. They are moving to their respective places. And this is in an effort to ensure that the national dialogue declared by His Excellency the President is inclusive, transparent, and to show that unity of the people of South Sudan begins. As you can see the bus leaving, this bus is taking them to their respective places. This is just to show that the national dialogue is inclusive and shows commitment of the leadership towards its implementation. Gore Anthony, SSBC News, Juba.